Folks, hello and welcome to the Gamers Health Podcast. Yes, you listen to Talking Crit. I understand it. Rach understands that. But Friday nights means Gamers Health. We talk Gamers Health. Therefore, the Gamers Health Podcast. I am Eric Tenkar. With me is
Rachel,
my lovely wife. We talk all things regarding the health of gamers. And it's not just physical, but it's mental, spiritual, emotional. A lot of these things interact. They really have an effect on more aspects than you can even realize. So we're gonna hex crawl our way through tonight, and I'm gonna start with the frustration I went through just before recording this podcast. Fucking COVID. You can quote me on that. Fucking COVID. When they started allowing people in Rachel's field, she's a social worker who, under normal circumstances, would have direct contact with clients. They wanted their social workers to get immunized, and she had an appointment. And she would have had her first dose like a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And
to go Sunday.
And then they're like, well, if you get the shot, then you got to go back to work immediately. Now, the office isn't even open yet, but they're going to put people back immediately. That's what the email said.
Because, she was told by the Department of Health that, they should really be going back to work or whatever.
Right.
And so she was doing the best she could with what she had.
So those that were scheduled, rightly so, canceled. Because let me be honest. I have congestive heart failure. Even if Rich is immunized, if she's going back and work with contact with people, and the immunization is only 94% effective.
Well, and you can also still, even though you have been immunized, you can still be a carrier.
Right.
You can transmit the COVID. So, not something too good, but
right. And I got my parents who are in their upper 70s. I got them registered to get their shots yesterday. But Wednesday, they got notified that they're being pushed back a week because of an allocation issue. So this whole COVID shit.
They sent too much of it up by Canada.
Yeah.
Not to Canada, but in places in our state.
Right
Canada.
Right now, this morning was last night. The only place
we needed a shit ton more in New York City.
Yeah, the only place they could find were communities that were bordering Canada that still had doses available. So, but apparently, I understand. I did a live stream earlier tonight at Tenkar's Tavern. Sorry, YouTube.com/Eric Tenkar. TenkarsTavern.com is the blog. Somebody was saying that Houston has so many doses, they're taking walk-ups. So
and you know what? One of the girls, one of the ladies in my yoga class tonight, I guess it was her son that walked up and said, "Oh, can I just get it?" He was a walk-in at Javits Center, and they took him. And I was like, "Wow!" And I can't get an appointment now.
So go figure that shit out.
Like, how do you just walk in there? It's like, I guess it's a crapshoot, but I don't know.
So it's a little, and you know what?
Very chaotic here.
Here's the thing: you can't blame politics on this. You have to blame the administrative system, not the administration. These lifelong administrators have dropped the fucking ball, especially on the state level here in New York State and New York City. So, Cuomo, all due respect, fuck you. And de Blasio, without any respect whatsoever.
You stink.
Go fuck yourself. All right? So, yeah, you got the obligatory cursing out of the way. That's the closest I'm going to come to politics. It has nothing to do with their political parties. These two are just, they hate each other, and the politics plays out throughout the rest of the state. And it really is disgusting.
Their hatred for each other impacts all of us.
Yes, it really is sad.
And how things are delivered to us.
Anyway, I no longer get amused by the pettiness between these two little fucks. So, On
It's like
to
they're fighting over a girl when they're 16.
yeah. Yeah, the state's better than the city. The city's better than the state. Yeah, yeah, fuck you, blah, blah. We're gonna on to a better topic, all right?
Thank you.
Um, I did the plunge. Okay. I really haven't had anything that would be like decadent. Like, oh my god, you did what? What did you eat? Uh, since before May's hospitalization, probably not even probably since a long time before that, because I was not eating much before that. I was not. I could barely walk when I was walking around with 60 pounds of water weight on me. So I pulled the trigger on a sugar-free gourmet cheesecake. I ordered it through Amazon. Came directly from the baking company. And except for the fact that the inner box they packaged it in confused me because what looked like would have been probably the top was actually the bottom. Because usually the when you have a box that has that part that folds over, it's not just a lid, but a box that folds over on itself. Usually the part that folds over is the outer part, not the inner part. But in this case, it was the inner part, so it confused me. But we got sugar-free, and it doesn't mean carb-free, mind you, but sugar-free blueberry cheesecake, and it is decadent. It is. It is.
Blueberry cheesecake.
Yeah, and it really. I didn't realize how much I missed occasional decadence until I got this, and we're having it came pre-sliced, by the way, in like 14 slices or something. I think some weird number like that. And you know what? Worth the money. It was probably like $3 a slice, but
and there's 14 slices.
Yeah, it was worth the money.
4 of which are gone.
Yeah, well, it was 2 nights and 2 of us, so
Yeah.
you gotta one at a time, one at a time. But it was certainly worth it. It was worth the expense. Now, why was it worth it? Now, again, I've put on probably 5-6 pounds since mid-November, so the last 2 months, and it's not water weight. Went to my cardiologist. He was very happy with my numbers and very. No, I'm not retaining any water and all that stuff. He's increasing some meds only because he figures it will increase them because you seem to be handling them okay, and why not? Increase the meds, you protect your heart more. And I've been doing the Nintendo Switch. I've mentioned this before. I am doing the fitness boxing too. I skipped today. I didn't plan on skipping today. Today wound up being a skip. But I did 6 days straight, folks. 6 days straight. And my tight shoulder, it's helping with the tight shoulder. It's still tight. Don't get me wrong. The shoulder is still tight. It's still happening. But it's just another example of you can find ways to exercise, find ways to get some cardio in this world of COVID, in the winter months.
And have fun.
And have fun. You gamify
You do have fun.
Yes, I do. And here's something else that I've noticed. When I first started doing this, God, like just over a month ago, right? I got it before Christmas, right before Christmas. I would do a workout, and it would be like an 18-minute workout, and I would be hitting my pulse, my heart rate would be hitting 118, 122, and I'd be like, oh, geez, maybe I should pause it and let my heart come down. And now because I watch with my Apple Watch what my heart rate is, and now I did a 28-minute workout. I didn't break 106 for my heart rate. So you can strengthen your heart. You can make your body more accustomed to exercise. These are things that you can do. And again, can you do it with an exercise bike? Sure. Can you do it with walking? Sure. With all the medications I take, exercise bike isn't always an option because when you got loose bowels, you got sore butt. It makes sitting on a bicycle seat
We have to put the Cadillac seat on.
I know, I do. We
that
have
big stuff.
the big fat ass seat, not just
but
because.
No, it's also probably good for ladies because that thing is hard up in there.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't mean to.
It's okay. It's okay, but
it's a hard seat and it's like narrow, and you're like, well.
But
How
Like I
do you
said,
get your shit on this?
there are workarounds, folks. Like I said, there are workarounds to enable you to get exercise in beyond your normal fashion. So now, stepping away from that, I'm going to go into something I don't normally touch upon, but I'm going to touch upon this briefly before handing the mic over to Rach. Spiritual health. I was actually asked by one of my friends in the community, and Rach and I happen to be Catholic, but this applies to anybody. If you are at all religious, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, your houses of worship have been either closed or curtailed, and you've been strongly encouraged not to go. Right? So my friend reached out to me and he asked me, because I know you're spiritual, I know you're Catholic, and what are you doing to I mean, you're not going to mass right now. I'm like, no, I'm not going to mass. I haven't gone, and I'll be honest with you, I probably haven't gone to physical mass in a long time.
Since probably
shortly
after we were married.
Yeah, I mean, with
any kind of year or two after we were married.
Yeah, and that's not good. All right, and I certainly have a renewed faith after surviving what I went through this year. Your eyes open up. But even with that, I've always had a strong connection to God. And he's like, well, how have you been? You know, what can I do? And I said, well, listen, I have found a Catholic Mass given weekly, or actually daily, but the Sunday obligation. I believe it's Ottawa, out in Canada.
I think so.
And I've been watching that. We've been watching it not every Sunday, but we missed this past Sunday.
At key times, you know.
And
we did the Christmas Mass.
Yeah, a few others. And you know what? I left it with my spiritual battery feeling refilled. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. And listen, I know some of my listeners out there are agnostics or don't believe, right? That's fine. But if you do believe and you want to make that connection, normally you get that connection in person and you can't. Many faiths are doing virtual observances for their days of obligation, their weekly holidays online. Do a little bit of a Google search. You can find it. My friend found one in his local parish. He didn't realize his local parish actually had, or his local diocese, I should say, actually had an online streamed mass. And he was really excited to see that. And
I'm sure Brooklyn Diocese has something.
I'm sure we gotta look. But, folks, your spiritual health, if you are, and this even goes to...
And they might even do it from St. Patrick's because they had the
Christmas
one from St. Patrick's.
For the New York Diocese.
Yeah.
But even those of you who don't believe in a higher power, there is some value in the universe that you do have an attachment to. Okay? And maybe it's only your own good works. And you're going to make a connection to that in this world of COVID. And for some of us, it is through worshiping generally in a group setting. We don't have that option necessarily. But this is a damn good close second. And I certainly recommend that if you are feeling that something is missing from your life, or you feel in this time, these times that we're going through, that you need to make that connection, do a Google search. I hate to say it, or what's the other one? DuckDuckGo or something like that. You do a Google search, find a service that is online, and that will help fill you up spiritually. Now, Rach, balls in your court. You've been taking yoga.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know that you can necessarily meld yoga and Catholicism, but you don't
have to.
It's not quite like that. Like it's all, the whole philosophy of paths are many, truth is one. We all have our religious upbringings, but part of the yoga situation is that you are peeling away like layers and getting to know like yourself, that godlike part of yourself that, is connected to the big God and the, vastness of everything that humanity and the world is. Yeah, so and that's really special in a group setting. I know Eric and probably his parents hear the chanting coming from from the room, and they're going, "What is this?"
No, I think it's fine. Listen,
and yeah, he'll hear me singing them in the shower, But they're all things that they're all chants. The concepts are similar. Like asking for peace, asking for knowledge, understanding, compassion, all those things. So they all cut across the same lines.
and it's important because,
and I love doing that through the chanting is fun for me.
Right.
I enjoy that. I enjoy learning new ones. I enjoy doing them, learning them with other people, so that's something special. Even with the masses, I enjoy the hymns,
right?
And that they put the words up, and you can go along. I tend to catch tunes pretty quick, so if I don't remember it, I can, go along. But that's sort of something that helps me kind of connect with the higher power,
right? I mean, listen, even this act of us doing this podcast, or that to me, this whole act to me is
that's the spiritual thing too.
Yeah, it's my spiritual obligation to do this. It really it is, and
not quite obligation.
Well, it is an obligation because I feel that I have a drive to talk about health with the gaming community, just to show my trials,
it's your dharma, man.
My trials, my tribulations, what I've come against, and what I've overcome, and what I'm still struggling with.
Yeah, and it's a calling.
Yeah, and to show you that it anybody can step up and improve their health. Small pieces of improvement are huge steps. And I mean, here's something that I didn't even discuss. Something I found last week online. I found sugar-free, low-carb wine. Again, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and this is kind of strange, right? But I'm holding it. It's the website is drinkbev.com. It's a company that's owned by women.
And they make the product.
And you know what? It's damn good. It tastes good. Again, low sugar.
Which do you like better, the rosé or the red one?
I like the red one, but they're both good. But here's the thing, folks. I could be drinking a beer, and unless it's like a very certain light beers, I'm probably having more carbs than I need, and I gotta watch those carbs. I don't have a choice. All right. You reach a point in your life and you realize that the choice is taken from you, not totally. You can make the choice to eat like a fucktard and shorten your life, and I'm not going to do that. I did that for long enough. So I'm making the choice now to be healthier, but I still want to enjoy some of the things I enjoyed before, and to find better choices. And I think not calling it a good choice. Okay, I'm not. The best choice would be probably not to have any wine whatsoever.
A less harmful choice.
Right. Although
harm reduction.
wine, especially red wine, has been shown in moderation that it likely helps the heart. Studies aren't totally conclusive, but that is where they are certainly leaning. So this is my one of my ways of saying, okay, I can have wine, and also it's nice. It's an 8-ounce can, which is equivalent of a 5-ounce. 8 ounces at like 10% alcohol, 10.9. It's about 8 ounces. Yeah, because it's 250 mils, so it's about just over 8 ounces. It's these little things. you don't want to deprive yourself, folks. By depriving yourself, you're guaranteeing yourself to fail. All or nothing, general results, and nothing. Okay? What world is not all or nothing. World is shades of gray. And I'd advise you, when possible, to go for those brighter shades of gray. Okay? Go for that light gray as opposed to that dark gray or black in your decisions. And you'll find that things start lightening up for you. At least I hope they do. You are all in my prayers. You are all in my thoughts. It's a tough time for all of us. Emotionally, spiritually, physically. COVID fucking sucks shit. Or it sucks. If I was a teenager, I would say it sucks monkey balls. But that also shows what age I was growing up in. So, listen, Rach and I, we're not medical professionals. It's the advice I give every night. And I'm hoping at some point it starts sinking in. Use your common sense. If you are a gamer, right? It was like, well, my guy's too smart to do that. Oh, my character would never do that. They got common sense. All right. Well, guess what? Use that skill. Use that ability. Use your common sense. All right. Your common sense will tell you what actions are better to take to protect yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. And as Joe the lawyer, who I was speaking with earlier tonight when we did a live stream, that'll be up tomorrow, stated, he sees it this way. He goes, yes, when Eric says, take actions that protect your family and your loved ones. But he goes, but you know what? I want to protect your families and your loved ones with my actions. Because then hopefully your actions will protect my loved ones and my family. And that's a good way to look at it, folks. It's even if you don't believe in a higher power, it's karma, right? Good actions, good deeds, just bring about other good actions and good deeds. So think about that. Rach, you got anything to add?
I think that sums it up. I think that's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
We all, what we reap what we sow.
Yeah. And it's good or bad, So, folks, be safe, be well. God bless. Knock on wood. Well, you'll see me tomorrow because it's already recorded. And I'll have a new episode of Talking Crit up on Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday, we will have Iron Rations with Joe the lawyer and myself. It was a good live stream. You'll enjoy it. All right, folks. On that note, we are out of here. Good night.
Thank you.